I'm gonna have to turn that off. I'm sorry.
When the camera's on, it's all a big bit of fun on the big red shutter club. On the big red shutter club. I'll do.
Hello and welcome back to the Red Shutter Club. I am here today with the lovely Blue Jean.
Hello.
In not blue jeans, blue corduroy.
Yeah, it's
Gotta
close.
change it up.
It's close enough.
So, how you doing? You all right?
I'm good. Yeah. Just kind of rolled out of bed and came straight here. So
As you do.
Here I
As you
am.
do. So, tell us just a bit about yourself.
So I'm Blue Jean. I'm actually originally from Birkenhead. I don't know if you knew that.
See, that's how inclusive we are.
Yeah.
We even let the Birkenhead heads over.
Thanks for embracing me. But I've lived in Liverpool for like 5 years, I think, and you know, I went to college in Liverpool and I went to uni, so
Yeah.
I've been like on the scene, I guess, since I was like 16.
Yeah.
But yeah, I would say like I'm a songwriter first, and then all the artist stuff is like
Secondary to it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
a songwriter trying to be an artist, I guess.
Yeah. And you're more like a indie rock kind of.
Yeah, that's definitely the route I'm going down. I would say indie. Yeah.
It's funny how the genre sometimes chooses you, not the other way around.
Yeah,
Yeah.
because I have a lot of influences, but at the moment that style sort of seems to be just flowing. So,
Yeah.
yeah.
And you've definitely got that like soothing indie kind of voice and sound. So
Thank you.
definitely. So you say you're a songwriter first. So what's your songwriting process look like?
Honestly, just I can't like force it. It just has to come naturally. Like I'll just get like you've heard the story of loads of people probably, but like you just get an idea like in the shower or walking down the street, and then it's like voice memo,
Yeah.
and then I might come back to it maybe, but
If I remember to title it so it
Yeah.
doesn't get lost.
yeah, just new recording like but honestly, yeah, I'll just like be playing guitar randomly, and it just comes to me. That's not like the best answer, but it just randomly appears, I would say, and then
Yeah.
I latch onto that, and then I just kind of complete it. But yeah, it always comes from like a random external.
Fair enough. I know that in my experience, it took a lot of like, I had to teach myself how to capitalize on those moments. So there's not necessarily a songwriting process, but there was like I've had an idea. I need to hum it into my notes. I need to write it in my notes. I need to write this.
Yeah.
And learning how to write it down in a way that I won't just wake up and be like, what is this alien script that I
Yeah.
have put down in my notes app?
I think like over time you get more comfortable with your ideas, whereas like a few years ago I literally hated everything I wrote, and I was like, I'm never releasing anything. But over time you just kind of go a little bit easier on yourself and think, actually,
Maybe
no,
I'm
this
not
is
shit.
yeah. Yeah.
What do you think has helped you with that then? Just doing it more?
I guess just like forcing like the exposure of it, like just doing it and then getting a good response and realizing, you know, everyone's got their own little niche, and you shouldn't be thinking, oh, I need to sound like this or that. It's like just go with your own.
You just need to sound like you.
Yeah, exactly.
And you've got an EP kind of coming out, yeah?
Next month, yeah, 24th of November.
But no, so tell us a bit about that process, like recording it. You said you go down to London, right?
Basically, I ended up following these guys called the Taylor Twins, and we just kind of mutually supported each other, and then they were like, come down to our studio and record. So I did my first 2 singles with them, and yeah, we just kind of formed a friendship after that, and now they've done my EP for me. It's still sort of in the works at the minute, like, you know, putting the icing on the cake and everything like that. But yeah, they're actually called Sunspells now, so yeah, go follow Sunspells band.
One thing that I've been asking a lot of people recently is about kind of how to line yourself up for opportunities like that, because really it's networking
Yeah.
and being open to new opportunities. So any comments on anything like that?
I guess just don't hold back, and like don't be afraid to get people's details, and just just speak to people. Like, you know, even though I'm quite shy, I will go out my way to get to know the people in the room and just reach out to random people online as well, and just see kind of what you can get out of them, what they can mutually gain from you as well. Because we're all trying to do the same thing, aren't we, at this level? So yeah, I think, just don't hold back and talk to as many people as you can. Follow loads of people as well. I think it's not, I hate, you know, when people follow you and then they unfollow you because they just want to get their numbers up.
Yeah.
But I think that's silly. Like, it's good to follow people and have that mutual
definitely
support.
Definitely. What is some advice that you might give to somebody just starting out?
Ooh. What advice would I give? I guess just like push through the anxiety of it all. You know, there's that David Bowie quote. It's like, if you feel sort of, I don't know what was the quote actually. Get that quote up so I don't embarrass myself. It's something about like, if you feel comfortable in what you're doing, then you're doing the wrong thing. Or like, you should feel like you're out of place because that means you're doing the right thing or something. Okay, I'll restart that sentence. I think the advice I'd give is like similar to this David Bowie quote. That's like, you know, if you feel comfortable, pretending that we didn't just look it up. But you know, he says, if you feel comfortable where you are, then you're probably not in the right place. Like, I think that anxiety feeling, it's a good thing. Like, it means you are pushing yourself into the right direction.
Yeah.
That's what I think anyway.
There's so many quotes that are rushing to my mind. There's like you don't know how strong a woman is until you steep her in hot water. Something like that.
Oh, not heard that one.
So, have you got any gigs coming up?
Yeah. So the same day that my EP is released, November 24th. Obviously, oh shit, I'm getting all like, ask me that again.
So where can people see you? Do you have any gigs coming up?
Sorry. Because you've already asked me. I'm like,
I mean, third time's a charm. Third time's a charge. Okay. Focus. Focus. So.
Yeah.
Do you have any gigs coming up?
I do, yeah. I've not gigged for a while because I'm just waiting for my EP launch. So on November 24th at Future Yard is my EP launch. Please come down if you can. Hopefully you guys from like all the open mic scene and the music scene, I'm trying to get every like creative person down to it.
Yeah.
So yeah, November 24th, Future Yard.
Is the 24th a Friday?
It is, yeah.
I think that's the week of Thanksgiving.
Oh.
It'll be a Thanksgiving celebration.
Are you going home for that?
For people who... What?
Are you going to go home or...? No.
Well, Thanksgiving here. Everyone's invited. Come on down. After party. And it's just a turkey.
Do you just like make a big Thanksgiving? Like, do you do that every year? Like for yourself, do you just make it?
Yeah. I usually have a little gathering.
Is it like Christmas dinner or?
Kind of. But nothing to do with religion.
Yeah. Yeah.
Just invading a land.
Yeah. Yeah, we don't need to.
I mean, to be fair,
more.
we're in England as well, so you know nobody's hands are clean.
Yeah.
Oh goodness. So I think with that, we'll head off to our couch concert. Do you know what you're going to be playing for us? Because you definitely haven't played it already.
No, I haven't. It's called Separated. It's one of the songs on my EP.
was lovely.
Thanks.
Is there anything you want to plug before we head off?
Yeah, I guess just follow me on Instagram at Blue Jean Music. And yeah, come down to my EP gig on the 24th of November.
I do love that future yard. It's a lot of fun.
Yeah, they treat you well. They do.
Well, thank you so much for joining us, Blue Jean.
Thank you for having me.
And thank you so much for tuning in.
Well, that went well.
So, hello and welcome back to the Red Shutter Club. Today, I'm here with the one, the only Mark DeLacy.
Hello, guys.
Oh, goodness. So how you doing? You all right, Mark?
Good, you know. Yeah, battling on.
Now, I know you are a busy boy doing all this music stuff. So just tell us a bit about yourself. Tell us what you got going on.
Yeah, I've been writing on and off for a long time, probably since I was about 11 or 12. And then was in bands doing covers as you do, and then I was in a few original bands, but I wasn't the writer, so I didn't really do much writing at all for a long time. Apart from I did a couple of musical projects. I was writing musicals and things like that, but no kind of not pop songs or that type of stuff. And then wrote a few, and then I was mates with McNabb and Ian Prowse, and then Ian started the Monday Club, so that was kind of when it all really kicked in. So we're like 13 years in. So I really started writing because I wanted to be able to go in every week and have something kind of fresh to do.
You know, I love that genuinely. I tell people all the time the only reason I ever wrote a song was because of Monday Club.
Yeah, totally. Yeah, I get it. It's because it becomes like a little club, and it's a social thing. Yeah. So everyone's your friend, and you really want to impress people. You want to, you're not playing for the audience. You want them to dig it, but it's really you want your mates to go, great song now.
Yeah,
and you want to come in every week or every couple of weeks with something fresh and be excited to play it.
Yeah.
And also because they're your friends, they'll be critical in a positive way. You can say, well, what did you think of that? I've written a new song. What was that mid-late like? Did it work? Or is it too long? Or and they'll be honest with you. They're going to tell you the truth, and they won't blow smoke. Hopefully,
they will not.
Hopefully.
They will not.
They won't. Not the guys I know.
Oh goodness!
I've dropped my plaque. I always do this. Oh, got it. I'm back.
So outside of Monday Club, what sort of stuff do you?
Lots of stuff. I've got a band, Sebastian, the Poor Valley Marauders, which has been running since the break in the first lockdown.
Yeah.
I did a lot of writing in the first lockdown, as did a lot of people who were creative, and wrote 3 albums worth of stuff. Oh. And then in the gap, I got GarageBand on my iPad and started demoing songs up, and it's a great little tool. And then sent that to a bunch of musicians that I knew of. I went, do you want to do this as a band? And most of them said yes. Some said yes, and then I had to bail. And the band has gone through quite a bit of transformation, and there's been many female vocalists with the band. They seem to come and go quite quickly. Obligations and stuff. I think that women tend to juggle more stuff than guys do.
Probably.
Guys go, I've got a job and I'm a musician. That's it. That's all I do. Women are like, I've got to wash, I've got the kids, work the park, and I've got dogs and stuff. So it's harder for women to commit, I think.
Uh-huh.
But there you go. So it's so the band varies now. At the moment, we have a solid 5-piece, which goes up to a 10, 11, 12, 13 piece when we tour.
Wow.
Brass section, extra keyboard. We've got a fiddle player. We've got 2 fiddle players for the December show. Sax, percussion, bass drums, guitar, piano, 3 female vocals. It's a big outfit,
So how do you manage working with that many people? I know I can struggle sometimes with a 4 or 5 piece band.
It can be a headache, but I think if you could just kind of say, well, we have a stable of people I can use, really. So we have a group chat on WhatsApp, and I put on, here's a date, this is what I need, who can do it, basically. So the core is always the core, the drums, the bass, my piano player, and me. and Ali most of the time doing vocals. And that's our core, 4 or 5 of us. And then floating members who can come in and out, and they're all doing other things with other people and everything.
Yeah.
So it's a very polyamorous type situation.
Fair enough. So, what sort of gigs do you have coming up?
I've got a thing, funny you should ask. I've got a thing on Sunday at the Round the Corner, and it's Octoband, run by Melanie Price. Headline show for me. Only the second headline solo original thing I've done, really, which is pretty good at my age. It's a bit lax, really. Yes, I'm looking forward to that. There's loads of great guys on. Mike Ryan's on, John Jenkins, Pippa Murdo, Jilly. There's loads on. And it starts at 1 in the afternoon and finishes around 6, which is fantastic. It's a good afternoon's entertainment for a tenner. It
is a nice afternoon show. Yeah.
It's lovely, and there is 8 acts on, I think.
Wow.
Yeah, it's good. So it's a really good bill, and they're all really good. I've seen most of them, and they're great, really good songwriters. I feel quite honoured to be headlining it. So yeah, it's good. I'm looking forward to that. That's on Sunday, and then I fly out to Nashville on Monday.
Why are you going to Nashville?
Going to do some writing with a girl called Connie Chinook Howard. She's a writer, obviously. She's on the board of the Grammys, so she's good to know. She's a sweet girl. She's written some nice stuff. We've written a couple of songs online over a Zoom thing, but I'm going to go in. We do a face-to-face, so we're taking over the writing room at Studio 2 in Nashville, RCA's place. And we'll do some stuff, and then we've got Garth Brooks' producer who's going to record it. We've got a day and a half or 2 days in the studio at the end of the writing week, or 10 days, to put the stuff down.
Nice.
So whatever we come up with. So hopefully we'll come up with something to give them something to do otherwise.
So, those are obviously some incredible opportunities. How do you line yourself up for stuff like that?
How do I get those gigs?
Yeah.
How did they come about? This has come about from the guy who's producing me, a guy called Ian Morrow, whose track record is insane. He was Wet's sole producer for the whole career, but he did all the big Scottish bands. He's from Glasgow. Simple Minds, Deacon Blue, Texas, Proclaimers, everything that came out of Scotland really in the 80s and 90s he was involved in at some point. And then he was working with Trevor Horn, did all the Seal stuff. That was Ian, did all the Seal stuff. And then he went to Nashville, and he was hanging out with cats out there and was doing bits and bobs of producing and writing, and that's how he met Connie. So these guys, we've got a bunch of guys coming to play on the album, and from America, Billy Burnett, who's a country blues guitarist, really, really good, top end. He's coming. Dave Akari plays dobro steel as a Dave Akari dobro signature model. That's where he is. Guy from Paris playing Hammond, a girl, another Connie who's did all of Michael Jackson's and Quincy Jones and Whitney Houston's choir arrangements. She ran Madonna's choir for the Like a Prayer video. That's her in the video conducting the choir. She's coming over with another couple of girls to do vocals and stuff. So it's kind of an international effort. So we kick in on that in February.
That's really crazy.
Yeah, it's great. It took its time, and that just came from a festival I did last year in Spain at a studio, and I was the only guy doing original stuff. It was all tribute bands and full bands, and I was on my own with an acoustic playing my own stuff. And I was like, oh my God, gonna hate me. But it went well, and the guy who ran the studio said, come and do some work, and then he introduced me to Ian, and that's taken off. So just signed to Instant Karma, which is Graham Marr, who was the head of Warner's Europe for 25 years, and him and Ian have started a label for me.
I will say, I don't think we've had such a name-droppy episode.
Yeah,
definitely getting the superlative for that, Mark.
Yeah, gotta know people. You gotta know people.
That's what it is.
Yeah, it's who you know. Definitely who you know.
It's who you know. We've probably got time for one more question, and I kind of want to make it still about that networking.
Okay.
Like how, I don't know.
I'm not very good at self-promotion.
Yeah.
I really am kind of a bit shy, a bit reticent, a bit English about it.
Yeah.
That thing of don't blow your own trumpet, don't get above your raisin, which is an American saying, but you know, don't act bigger than you are and all that. And I'm kind of flamboyant in me every day thing, and my stage performances, you know, full of character and that, but kind of pushing myself, going up to people and saying I'm really good. You know, I'd like them to find out by seeing me.
Yeah.
I just think that if you tell people you're good, it's a bit like, oh yeah, of course you are.
Well, then they're not going to think you are, no matter how good you actually
You've got
are.
somebody else has got to tell them.
Yeah.
You know, or they've got to see me. So,
Yeah.
so I'm not very good at it. So, but because of what's happened in the last kind of 12 months, I've had to do as much as I can to start pushing a product that's on its way. You see, and I've got a band, and it's not the band's job to push the band because they're just in my band, so it's my job. So I've got other people relying on me. It's not just me. So I'm forcing myself to do as much as promotion as I can, you know.
But I find that it's a little easier when I have other people behind me, because if I'm trying to sell a solo act with just myself, I can't do it.
Yeah.
But if I have my band,
it's a
you
band,
know.
so you it's easy to big someone else up.
Yeah.
So if you view your band like a person and say, well, I'm bigging that person up, which is the band, I'm bigging those people up,
or even
and that's
the
what I'm
members.
doing. Oh, yeah.
Like, oh, this is my guitarist is fantastic.
Yeah,
You know?
and as is our band. They're great. Your band's great as well. It's really good.
Thank you, appreciate that.
Yeah, it's good.
But yeah, okay. So we've got 2 questions that we've been asking everybody.
Okay.
So the first is, what is a song from the Liverpool music scene that you wish you wrote?
Possibly. There's a number of McNabs. He's a really, really good songwriter. Really good. In fact, I think he's possibly in our top 5 underrated songwriters. I know he's had his time in the sun and all that, but I think he deserves a bit more. He's really good. You know, really is good. Evangeline is a great song. Whisper to a Scream was one of his hits. It's a great song. Ian's Did It For Love. Simplest song in the world, 2 chords.
Yeah.
Just so effective.
So effective.
Just as well, you know, because you sing on it.
Yeah.
It's a great song. Really, it's going to sound terrible. I'm not really into the Beatles. I'm aware of their impact, but it was never the thing for me. They were, you know, they were good. They were groundbreaking, but they were of the time, and George Martin was behind them, and they wouldn't have been. I'm not going to get into it. So
for the next episode,
I'm a Stones guy. I like the Stones. You see,
Yeah.
I'm a bit more kind of rock and roll, I suppose. So, but I love In My Life. Lennon's In My Life. I think that's a beautiful song, and pertinent. Every time you fall in love with somebody, everything else is forgotten, and that's the most important person in the world. So that's what that song really is.
All
yeah.
right.
Oh, I love. I don't know who wrote it, but Jerry and the Pacemakers. Don't Let the Sun Catch You Crying. I think that's beautiful.
Oh yeah.
Beautiful song. I don't know who wrote it.
Lovely.
Answers on a postcard.
And second question, of the Liverpool music scene, everyone,
Current scene.
We've had answers from across.
Okay.
I think the question was meant on the current, but you can't answer anybody.
Okay.
Everyone goes head to head in the octagon, throwing bows. Who's coming out?
Sorry, what?
There's a big fight.
A fight?
Who's coming out?
A physical scrap?
A physical scrap.
Well, if you pick the Beatles, 2 of them are dead, so they're not winning. So, no, that's just rude, isn't it? If I'm watching a load of Liverpool musicians fighting, this is what the question is.
Yeah.
Who's going to win the fight?
Yeah.
Is this current? It doesn't matter, I suppose, does it? I don't know. I mean, I fight dirty, so if I was in there, I'd stand a good chance. But I'm underhand, man. I'm small, so I have to have to get in quick and fast and hard, and make every blow count. So, and I'm used. That's how I'm used to fighting. Is because if I take my time, I'm getting mashed. So, but I don't fight. Make love, not war. I don't know. McNabb's a pretty big guy. Come back to McNabb. He's a tall guy. Ian McCulloch is tall.
It's all the Ians.
All the Ians, yeah. And Ian Prowse is a stocky little bull of a guy, isn't he? So that might be a fun bout, the three. We'll throw in a Brody for good measure.
Coming in next Monday.
Yeah. Okay, so the 4 Ians battling. Let's see who wins. I don't know, because it's anyone's game now, isn't it? Brody's wiry. And Ian's like solid. And then obviously McNabb and McCulloch have got the height and weight kind of
Well, that's what everyone
advantage.
keeps saying about Barry Jones and Guy Makes Music. If they just put their hand out, they'll stop anyone.
That's it. But so you've got to be underhand, you see. You've got to be aware. I mean, that's somebody's tried to do that to me. And it didn't work. I'm not going to tell you why.
Because
I wear hats.
Oh, goodness. All right. And with that, I think we'll head off to our couch concert.
Okay.
Do you know what you're playing for us today?
I will do the brand new one.
Oh, exciting.
Yeah. It's called I'll Leave the Lights On For You. I'll turn the lights on for you. God. I'll turn the lights on for you.
Whenever you're ready.
Okay.
Fight to keep the demons down.
thank you so much for joining us today, Mark.
You're more than welcome. Thanks for having me.
Is there anything you want to plug before we go?
We've got a big show at the Cavern Club on the 20th of December with the full band, April Moon and their full band, which is a first. Fantastic singer-songwriter from Widnes called Beth Hubbard, who supported me at the studio in Widnes last month, and she's really, really good. We have a special guest on saxophone, Andy Parker.
Nice.
A very, very special guest coming in. I'm not going to divulge right now, but a very special guest coming on to do a couple of songs and maybe join us on stage, and a big finale of a cover for Christmas.
Nice.
But I'm not going to tell you what it is. If I told you who the special guest is, you might guess at the cover. So I'm not going to tell you. Da 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 da.
What's this?
Tickets are £10 on sale now from the Cavern Club.
And you said you weren't good at self-promotion.
I'm not.
Oh, goodness.
I'm wearing my promoter's hat.
All right. So, thank you so much for joining us, Mark.
You're welcome.
And thank you so much for tuning in.
Reach out for me.